Welcome to Music from the Bridge. Tonight we travelled to New York on board luxury liner the QE2, which, despite not being a particularly rock and roll thing to do, is the preferred mode of transport for 3 members of The Cure, who, being slightly superstitious of air travel, decided not to fly to America for their current tour, which opened at the New York Nassau Coliseum. One of the first true indie bands, The Cure was formed by goth hero Robert Smith after leaving school in 1976. Here they are, 40 singles on, and having just released their 15th album, Wish. We've got 25 copies of that album to give away tonight in our competition, and we'll give you the phone number to enter that a bit later on.
First time you walk through into this bit, like into the posh bit of the boat, people are sort of like looking, thinking, should they be here? And like we're descended on by staff, saying, can we help you, gentlemen? They say, yeah, we're actually, we're staying here. I think it puts people out a bit, so we don't kind of fit in. But I don't think they think it's The Cure what they do on the QE2. I mean, most of the staff are actually really nice to us. It's built up through the years. I think that the way we work in the studio is to blame.
You're busting this.
I'm not. I didn't do that. I know you're going to think I didn't. It was virtually broken. It was when I said, look at the little bit that's on there. It's like hanging off. It's like someone's going to go.
That was a child's treasured toy, and you have
I've
destroyed
saved a child through doing that. Anyway, staying up all night. As I might, I can't get that high. But how you move, the way you burst the clouds, makes me want to try. I can't look that far. But when you pout the way you shout out loud, it makes me want to stop. And when I see you happy as a girl, the desire that fuels the group, like for me personally, like it's just the way I do it. I mean, it comes from like, a lot of places. One of them is that my despair at contemporary music. And it's always been there, we always will be, and this is a way of like, we're adding to, like there's very few people who make music that I like, and I think we're just adding to this select pool of like good music.
there are other reasons that I'm involved. I like being involved in something that whereby I can feel like I'm more alive than I would otherwise be. I've always felt the same, though. 90% of everything's in the charts. I loathe. I don't do it on purpose. I just hate it. So it's quite funny when we're up there and alongside these people that I really despise.
I don't care if Monday's blue, Tuesday's grey, and Wednesday too. Thursday, I don't care about you. It's Friday. Monday, you can fall apart. Tuesday, Wednesday, break my heart. On Thursday, doesn't even start. It's Friday. I am done. Saturday, Sunday always comes to me. Friday never hesitate. I don't care if Monday's black. Tuesday, Wednesday, hard to tell. On Thursday, never looking back. It's Friday. I am done. Monday you can stay in bed. Tuesday, Wednesday, hold your head up. Thursday, watch the walls instead. It's Friday, I am done. Saturday, Sunday always comes to Friday, never hesitate. Just up to the eyes, it's a wonderful surprise. See your shoes and your spirit rise.
I think right from the start, we had Boys Don't Cry, years and years ago as a single. So we started off as a pop group, really. And we sort of, from time to time, we go back to being a pop group, but we also have a side to the group that's, I suppose, a lot more serious. And I think that it's that kind of juxtaposition that people find it difficult to, to put the two together, whereas we don't. We find it very natural, because it reflects the character of each of us individually anyway. I mean, we're not all sullen all the time, we're not all jolly all the time. And I don't think we know anyone that is.
I would break down at your feet and beg forgiveness, plead with you. But I know that it's too late, and now there's nothing I can do. So I try to laugh about it, cover it all up with lies. I try to laugh about it, hiding the tears in my eyes. 'Cause boys don't cry. Boys don't cry. I
of been ignored through the early part of the 1980s by the media. But it's actually turned out to be a good thing, because it means that we've done an awful lot of things and developed and like experimented without the pressures of like having hit records. And so it's been a really slow, gradual process until suddenly people are like turning around and going, "That's The Cure. I've sort of heard of them, haven't they? Been around quite a long time." And it's once you start looking back over the different kinds of music that we've done, it is impossible to categorise this.
So sick, I wish I'd stay asleep today. I never thought this day would end. I never thought tonight could ever be this close to me.
Last year, the music establishment finally acknowledged The Cure's achievements by voting them Best British Band in the Brit Awards. In part 2 of Music from the Bridge, we rejoined Simon, Robert and Perry on the upper deck and in the creche as they discussed the pressures of all this fame. In the meantime, though, don't forget our competition. Give us a ring on this telephone number. You'll be given a simple question. If you get it right, you could be one of the lucky 25 winners who'll win a copy of The Cure's album Wish. See you in part 2.
More hysterical in America than they are. In fact, the audience in Britain is about the most difficult, or sort of the coolest audience. They stand there a lot of the time and say, "Impress us." You know? Whereas in America, they scream at anything that moves, basically. Which is sort of gratifying on one level, but on another level it's quite frustrating because you don't have to really try that hard. The British tour, I think, will be the most difficult concerts that we play this year, the ones that we've just done. Most of them are really good. It's only really the London one that didn't work, and that's only because half the audience didn't buy their tickets, they were given them. So it's like full free load. Didn't you think London worked? Not as well as it should have done. No. I thought it should have been. Well, I mean, I go to different concerts to the rest of you anyway. manage to retain a lot of our audience. We don't sort of shed our audience and get a new one with each thing that we do, because people are attracted to the attitude of the group, I think. And so they forgive us sometimes if we do what they consider musically dumb things. They know that we're doing it for our own reasons, and so they forgive us these aberrations, but continue to look forward to the next thing that we'll do. So our audience now is like really, it's a very strange audience. It's quite old and it's like incredibly young. It's like spans. When you stand there, you get like immobile old people at the back, like absorbing, and you get like these nutters down the front who are like half our age. So it's quite weird, really. It wouldn't work if we didn't get on with each other. So it's going back to the thing about liking each other. It's virtually 24 hours a day we're with each other. There's always someone about. Usually me or Perry wandering about. Anyway, you're lying. You don't sleep. You're like
I didn't say anything.
you look bemusedly at me. It's like you
I
don't
was
go to bed
wondering what
until
you
the
were going to
morning.
say. Yeah, well, yeah, so we are nocturnal. But that's another reason why, if you were going to a studio every day, I mean, it's hard enough. We'd get up at the Manor, and like we'd say, right, we'll start at 6 tomorrow, or 4, something like that, and then 6 o'clock would come round and one person still wouldn't be out of bed. At least you can sort of get it.
Who's that?
If we're not naming any name. But if we had to all make our way to a studio every day, it would just get ridiculous. You know, that the travel time would add. It'd be really.
But it's also good that we worked at different times anyway. I mean, I would be sitting up in my room or like laying in bed, and I could hear things going on. I was thinking,
Boris is
That's
drumming,
my
so I
boys
don't have to get.
We agree on certain key songs that we're going to play. It's like the peripheral songs really. that we have some difficulty with. I get the final say anyway, so I've got to sing them. I just introduce a different number and everyone goes. You have to have a certain amount of people whose opinion you value, just to make sure that you're not losing it. I mean, I've got certain people at home that I play tapes to. I gauge their reaction. Sometimes I know that they're actually going to hate certain things that we do, and I hope they are, because it's like, when I play things to my mum, she goes, "Oh, I don't like that," and I think it's spot on then, you know. I've never been able to see the positive side of being incredibly famous. I think it actually just takes away your entire life if you get to that. And I know that we'll never ever reach that kind of level, because I'll make sure that we don't. In some instances we get the argument that people whose interest is purely financial, that we sell more records and that we become more popular, will say, well, you're keeping away from it because you're not confident that you can do it, as trying to kind of goad us like we're idiots, you know. But I have refused to rise to that kind of debate. I'm quite upset. Yeah, okay, then well, I'm not confident that we can ever pull it off. But I would just rather not. I don't think there's anyone in the group that would feel comfortable with that level of fame, really.
Friday never hesitate. Dressed up to the eyes, it's a wonderful surprise to see your shoes and your spirits rise. Throw out your frown and just smile at the sound. Seek as a sheep spinning round and round. Always take a big bite. It's such a gorgeous sight to see you eating in the middle of the night. You can never get enough of this stuff. It's Friday, I'm in love. I don't care if Monday's blue, Tuesday's grey and Wednesday too. Thursday, I don't care.
Well, that's it from Music from the Bridge. Don't forget our competition. Give us a ring on this phone number. Answer the one simple question that you'll hear on the answer phone, and you could be one of the lucky 25 winners who will all get a copy of The Cure's album, Wish. On the next Music from the Bridge, we're off to Beverly Hills for a lesson in Frisbee golf with high-flying saxophonist Curtis Stigers.
And I wonder why we hold on with tears in our eyes. And I wonder why we have to break down to make things alright.
This isn't actually a normal American thing to do. This isn't a normal thing to do at all. This is only for weirdos and musicians that don't have anything to do during the day, so we have to make up things to do. This is how it starts. Uh-oh. Oh, God.